Ever feel like the business world changes faster than you can say, well, anything at all?
It's true.
Like it's just zooming constantly.
Yeah.
Well, today we're diving into a field that's absolutely exploding right now, business analysis.
It's huge.
We're going deep with the International Institute of Business Analysis, the IIBA,
They're the experts.
to decode what this buzz is all about and who knows, maybe even uncover your next career move.
I love that. What's fascinating to me is how much business analysis has evolved. It's not just number crunching anymore. It's about bridging that gap between all the complex tech stuff
Oh, tell me about it.
and the real world needs of a business. You're the translator, the problem solver in this increasingly digital world.
Okay, so we keep hearing this phrase, business analysis is everywhere. But what does that even mean?
You know what? It means that in a world overflowing with data, being able to analyze it, to make sense of it all, and use it to solve problems, well, that's like having a superpower.
It's like you're speaking a secret language or something.
Yes. Our research actually shows that businesses using skilled business analysts are seeing a 20% jump, 20% in their project success rates.
Whoa, 20%.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That's massive.
No wonder everyone's talking about it. But let's break it down for our listeners. What does a business analyst actually do all day?
Okay, so picture this.
Okay.
A company's drowning in online orders.
Oh, no.
Their system stuck in the dark ages.
It's like that one episode of... Never mind. Keep going.
This is where a business analyst swoops in. They're going to analyze the log jams, they're going to identify the solutions, and help build a system that is much, much smoother.
Like magic.
And suddenly,
Yes.
customers are happy, orders are flying out,
That's what we like to hear.
the company is thriving.
So they're like the behind-the-scenes heroes of the business world.
That's a great way to put it, actually. And our source really breaks it down into these three key areas of their work: translating those business needs into solutions, optimizing all those existing processes, and guiding the adoption of all the new technology.
Okay, can you give us an example of the whole optimizing processes thing?
Sure.
Because that one's a little fuzzy for me.
Yeah, so let's say a company's customer onboarding process is really clunky. It's slow. Nobody's happy with it.
It's painful.
Right. So a business analyst might come in, analyze each step of the process, and then realize that they can maybe cut down on paperwork.
Ah, paperwork.
They can digitize forms, maybe automate some tasks. The result,
Happier customers.
happier customers. Yeah. Customers get onboarded faster,
Okay.
which leads to, you guessed it, higher customer satisfaction.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yeah,
This is about making everyone's lives easier.
exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me now.
Yeah.
It's about finding those hidden efficiencies and just making things run more smoothly. But I'm curious, how does someone even become a business analyst? I know our source mentioned IIBA certifications, right?
Yeah, they're kind of a big deal. The IIBA certifications are a huge part of this field because they offer this really structured path to gain and demonstrate those business analysis skills that you've learned. And the great thing is they're recognized globally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're a big deal.
So it's like a stamp of approval from the experts.
Exactly.
They're saying, like, hey, this person knows their stuff.
This is legit.
But they're different levels, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Think of it like this tiered system that sort of recognizes your expertise as you grow.
I like that. Levels.
Yeah, levels. So you've got the ECBA, which is for those who are just starting out. It's like getting your driver's license in the world of business analysis.
Okay, you've got your learner's permit. What's next?
Then once you get some experience under your belt, you can level up to the CCBA. And that's kind of like upgrading from your first car to something a little bit fancier.
I see where you're going with this.
And then for the seasoned pros, the ones at the top of their game, we're talking CBA. That's like earning your pilot's license, ready to, soar through those complex business challenges.
So you're telling me there's this whole ranking system from entry level to, like, total expert. But it doesn't stop there, does it?
Yeah.
What about those specialized certifications I was reading about?
You're right. You can go even deeper. The IIBA also offers certifications in very specific areas, like agile methodologies,
Right.
which have become incredibly popular.
Huge.
Data analytics, cybersecurity, even product ownership. So it's really cool because no matter what area of business analysis really calls to you, there's a certification path to kind of help you master it.
So whether you're all about crunching data or streamlining processes or maybe even building the next big app, there's a path for you with your name on it. But certifications aside, what does this really mean for someone listening right now? Like, how do you actually use these skills in the real world?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? That's cool to know about all the certifications and everything.
But how do these skills actually play out in the real world?
Well, our source makes it really clear that this isn't just about being a tech whiz.
Right.
It's about blending those digital skills with sharp business acumen. It's about being that rare breed who can speak both languages, you know?
Like fluent in tech and business.
Yes,
That's impressive.
it is.
It's like being a bilingual superhero.
Okay, I love that.
But instead of leaping over buildings in tights,
Right.
you're tackling like spreadsheets and software solutions.
Instead of a cape, you've got a killer PowerPoint.
Okay, stop. That visual is amazing.
Right.
Our listeners are probably picturing themselves like swooping into meetings, armed with all the data, ready to save the day. But seriously, what kind of impact can a business analyst really have on a company?
Well, our source really emphasizes this point. Business analysis isn't just about identifying the problems.
Okay.
It's about driving real, tangible results.
So it's not just about pointing out what's broken, but actually fixing it, making things better. Show me the money. Or in this case, show me the streamlined processes, the increased efficiency, all those happy customers.
Yeah,
And ultimately that boosts the bottom line. Right?
exactly. And that's where those so-called soft skills really come into play. Our source specifically mentioned communication, collaboration, problem solving, all crucial. You need to be able to explain really complex ideas, but in a way that's clear, concise. You've got to build consensus among different teams.
Oh, so you're like a team builder too.
In a way, yeah. And you've got to be able to navigate those inevitable roadblocks that, just pop up along the way.
They always do.
Always.
So it sounds like business analysts need to be like part detective,
Yeah,
part diplomat,
I like it.
and part project manager, all rolled into one.
That's a great way to put it. They're gathering the evidence, right?
Right.
Building those relationships, and then they're driving those projects forward to hopefully successful completion.
That makes me think this field might be a good fit for people who, like variety in their work.
Totally.
You're not just stuck in one lane.
Right.
You're constantly learning, adapting, interacting with different parts of the business. Reading that part about process optimization, it really resonated with me. It reminded me of this one time. Well, never mind. Let's stay on track.
Well, and you bring up a good point. If you thrive in environments that are really dynamic, intellectually stimulating,
Oh, definitely.
business analysis could be your thing.
And let's be real, what business isn't dynamic and constantly evolving these days?
It's true.
But even with all that change, there's a certain level of stability
Absolutely.
and in-demand appeal, wouldn't you say?
You're right. Within all of that change and evolution, having the skills to analyze, adapt, and strategize is invaluable.
Exactly. Because no matter how much technology changes, businesses will always need people who can bridge that gap between the technical and the practical, right?
Yes.
The strategic and the, solutions-oriented.
Precisely. And that's why this deep dive is so important, because we're not just talking about a passing trend here. This is a fundamental shift in the way businesses operate
Totally.
and the skills they need to succeed. It's about future-proofing your career, arming yourself with a skill set that's adaptable, that's in demand,
It's smart.
and dare I say it, kind of cool.
I think cool is an understatement. This is about being like a vital player in the whole game of business.
It really is.
Like a strategic thinker who can make a real impact. Okay, so we've established business analysis, hot field. And it's not just about being a tech whiz. You need that blend of business acumen, the problem-solving skills, the ability to actually connect with people.
Yes, very important. And let's not forget the importance of continuous learning.
Always learning, right?
The business world is always evolving, so you got to stay ahead of the curve.
So that's where the IIBA comes back into play, right?
Absolutely.
It's not just about getting certified. It's about being a part of that community,
That's right.
having access to those resources, and always leveling up that expertise.
It's investing in yourself
Yeah,
and your future career prospects.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. And as more and more companies go through these digital transformations.
Hold on. For those of us who aren't quite fluent in business jargon yet, what exactly does digital transformation even mean?
Oh, that's a good question. So essentially, digital transformation just means integrating technology into all areas of a business.
Okay,
Think like online marketing, e-commerce, data analytics,
gotcha.
all part of that digital shift. And because it's happening everywhere, the demand for business analysts who can really guide and manage these transformations
Yeah.
skyrocketing.
So it's not just about, having a job. It's about having a job that's future-proof, maybe even recession-proof, and frankly, pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
Our source even mentioned that the demand for business analysts is only going up, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a booming field. And the cool thing is, it's not just about, landing a job. It's about opening doors to all sorts of different career paths. Like, you could end up specializing in a certain industry that you find fascinating.
Oh, like that.
Maybe move into a leadership role down the line.
Okay.
You could even start your own consulting business.
Wow, so many
The
options.
possibilities are pretty huge.
Okay, I am getting serious level up your life vibes from this whole deep dive.
Right.
It's like those video games where you start off, with basic skills,
Yeah.
and as you go along, you gain experience, unlock new abilities, and then eventually you're like slaying dragons, saving kingdoms.
Yes.
All with the power of business analysis.
That's a great way to put it. I love that analogy. And in the game of business, a skilled business analyst,
Right.
total game changer.
So after this deep dive, what's like bubbling up in your mind? Are you intrigued by a certain type of business analysis? Is there like a specific industry you see yourself, shaking up with these skills?
Well, this kind of raises an important point because in a world that's like flooded with data, constant change, how valuable is it to be someone who can cut through all that and bring some clarity and strategic direction?
That's a good question.
And that's really at the core of business analysis, isn't it? It's a skill set that really translates across industries throughout your entire career, no matter what you end up doing.
That's something to think about. The need for like clarity and direction, never going out of style.
Exactly. And the ability to analyze, to adapt, to strategize.
Yeah,
Those are skills that'll serve you well no matter where your career path takes you.
so true. Well, keep those thoughts swirling, everybody. And who knows, maybe this deep dive was your first step into a whole new world of possibilities.